What's up, guys? We're looking at the Underground post mint. The Underground minted 3 days ago for whitelist, 2 days ago for public. They sold out. It was a project that we reviewed a while back, a couple of weeks back. I minted 3 myself on the whitelist. We're gonna see whether we think we're gonna keep it, price prediction, what's the situation, what's the status right now, and of course whether we believe that this has potential, yes or no. So the Underground is like an anime style fighting game. Of course, there's a lot of hype going on with the anime style, with Azuki that kind of initiated it. It's a bit of a trend going on. This is definitely different, right? It's a little bit more like raw, angry, dangerous and stuff, but it is a fighting game, so it makes sense, where Azuki is more like, I guess, happy. There's a game that launched straight away. There's not an actual gameplay yet, but we'll have a look at the game itself. It's pretty simple. You stake your NFTs. These are my 3 NFTs. I leveled them up a little bit. So you stake, you earn tokens. The token went live straight away after the mint too, and you can level up. You can buy rings and amulets and gold eventually to gain more, to gain stronger fighters from it, and eventually gain royalties as well. They will release a PvP game, actual playable game later on, is what they say. They say Q1. Whether they're gonna make Q1, yes or no, we're gonna have to find out. If they don't find as well, it'll be Q2. But at least they're working on stuff. Floor price actually dropped. So the floor price went up at the start. I had a look at it before at a level 5, but let's take that away for a second. So the floor price has gone down, right? We want to know what's going to be the situation. Is there going to be a price increase? Can we earn money here? Of course, we want to know what the prediction is going forward. We'll have a look at the Discord as well. There's a lot of fun going on in that Discord. A bit of fun from people complaining, and others are very, very hyped and positive. So you have a mix of both. But yeah, floor price did actually drop. So it's sitting at 1.5. The mint price per whitelist was 2.5 and public was 2.7 right after the mint, which always happens. There's hype right after the mint. Floor price goes up, right? So the floor price did go up. I think it was sitting at like 3 point something for a while. And now it dropped at 1.5. So people are selling 3 days later at a loss already. Total sales volume is 18,000 AVAX, which is $80 per AVAX, like $1.5 million roughly in tradable volume already. Average price is 4, as you can see. So the highest one is 30 already, which is probably one of the Yakuzas. The Yakuzas are the more rare one. 10% of them are Yakuza, and the rest is fighters, right? There's a bit of a difference, of course, between what type of fighters are being sold. If you go to the game, you can see here your level, and the higher level you have, the more blood you earn. Basic, simple stuff, right? You can level up by spending blood on it. So you level up, you spend blood, and then you have a higher level of it. Right now, I am earning 11,500 tokens daily at 5 cents per token. So we want to have a quick little math calculation in there as well. Then we can just open up a new sheet here, and then we can look at it. So I'm earning this. Token price is sitting at 5 cents, roughly 5 point. Let's just make it exactly this one. So we do this times this. I'm currently, this is not correct. Hold up. Wait, there needs to be another 0 here. I was gonna say, so it's not 5 cents per token, it's 0.5 cents per token. I'm earning $60 a day. That makes more sense. I was gonna say $600 a day. That would have been awesome on a $600 investment, because I minted 3 of them. So I'm earning $60 a day right now at a $600 investment. That's still very, very, very decent. Like, people are thinking that, people are complaining a little bit in their Discord right now. But you can just buy up these NFTs right now because they're pretty cheap. So I can buy another one for $1.50 and level it up to a level 3, for example. And then I'm going to be earning, I'm probably earning like 20 per NFT because I got 3. So you level up your NFT, then you're earning $20 per NFT that's leveled up, which is quite a lot, because right now you can buy it. I think AVAX is pretty low, so you would be able to buy one right now for $120. That's earning you $20 a day current rate. If this goes up, then it's a lot. That's actually insane if I think about it right now, if I mention this, right? Because I was gonna say, like, yeah, you don't want to be in this for the passive income, considering it's, it still has to be developed, it still has to develop itself, the game, etc., etc. But you're earning $20 a day on a $120 investment right now. That's insane. That's actually very good. So it kind of makes sense to just sweep the floor here for yourself if you want to. You can also buy a higher level so you don't have to level it up and pay blood for it. But I don't think that that's going to be the good decision. So if we go for a... All right, so you can get a level 1 for 1.6 and you can get a level 0 for 1.5, right? Well, you got to see what you're paying to level up. For the first level, you don't pay anything. You pay like 1,000 tokens. So it actually makes more sense to just buy a level 0. So just buy all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can buy these 6 here, pay $720 for 6 of these, and then level them up. You're gonna need maybe 2 or 3 days to level them up to that level, because you need to earn, of course. By that point, you will be earning, if you have them all at level 3, this is insane. If you get all of them at level 3, then you have 6, which you've paid $720 for. And then you're earning 20 times 6, you're earning $120 a day at that point, if the price stays the same, obviously. That means that after that, but you will earn already a little bit going towards that level. But let's say starting from that point, you need 6 days, and after 6 days you've got your initial investment out and you're in it for free, and now you've got 6 NFTs in there for free that's earning you a little bit of money. Eventually, when you want to sell them, you earn cash from selling them. Or let's say, if it actually does well and the price goes up, well, then you're even in a better situation. So that's pretty dope. But all this, what I'm saying, is only going to happen if they do deliver, if they do come up with multiple things, if they do keep the people happy, etc. Right? But you see people are actually buying tokens right now. I'm thinking that most people are buying right now are people playing the game that just want to use those tokens to get stuff in the game itself. As you can see, a ring, for example, ring gives you 100 blood tokens per level per day for all fighters in your wallet. So I have a level 4, a level 3, a level 3. I'm not 100% sure, by the way, why this little red block is completed and this one isn't. I don't know what that means. Because this one has earned so far. Maybe that has to do with like claiming. Maybe if I claim everything now, then it fills up again. I'm not sure. But that aside, I have 10 levels here, 4, 3, and 3. So that means that's 1,000 blood in total that I will earn extra per day by having one of these, which is decent, right? Which is nice. But then if you have more NFTs, this becomes very attractive. If you have like, I don't know, 100 levels, right? You have 10 level 10s. Well, then you're earning suddenly a whole lot of extra blood, right? 10,000 blood a day extra, which is which is awesome. Then one of the systems they have in place is with the amulets. If you don't level up your hero or your fighter every 7 days, they level down again, which they're trying to keep people interacted with it. If you have an amulet, then it's gonna delay that leveling down by 3 days. So you hold an amulet, I'm gonna assume that counts for all of them. So then you have 10 days before, here you see every 7 days they lose 1 level unless they're leveled up in that time. So you need to make sure they actually do level up every 7 days. What I would like to see, I don't think that's there, how many days there are left, because you probably will forget it. There's a million things that's going on in your life, not just this game. So I would like to see an option where you will know how many days there's left to level up. Because if I can level up and this one has only 1 day left and these ones have multiple days left, well, I'm going to choose this one. But if I forget, if I'm not sure or whatever, I might choose the wrong one. It's going to level down. I think that would be unfair. You should know that should be the case, that you're going to have to keep track of that yourself. They should have an option there, right? Little idea. Then if you hold one of these, it's going to be 10 days. So you have 10 days to level on and up. Eventually it's going to be more complicated, of course, to level up, because you're going to need more blood to be able to actually level up. Then eventually they will come up with gold, which is not in there right now. There's going to be 1,000 pieces of gold, and 1 gold is costing you 1 million blood tokens. You hold this, then you get 50% of the royalties from the secondary market sales. I think that's going to be secondary market sales of the warriors, of the fighters, but also of the rings and amulets, right? That's what I'm going to assume. You can buy these on secondary market. So you can either save up $26,000 in 26,000 tokens in blood, or you can just buy them off the secondary market already. There are 3 AVAX. They're $270 right now to buy, and that's actually volume. People are actually buying some, not a whole lot, but people are buying it. I don't think that this amount of tokens is worth $270, but I guess people will just want them quick. People want them right now. So then That's why they've bought it. Might as well, you just buy the tokens and you just buy $27,000 in tokens and then you just get one of those rings. Makes a lot more sense, but cool. Same goes for the ring amulets. Is there volume there as well? No, there's no volume there yet. Floor price is 4.9. Somebody listed it for 4.9, but nobody's gonna buy it. Obviously, nobody's gonna pay that money for it, but it's fun to have it there. The highest tier is 30, which is probably a Yakuza. As we said before, you can still filter, as I said, at the higher levels. So I have a level 4, for example. Right now, a level 4, the floor price is 2.5 Ethereum. I don't know why you probably need to refresh metadata to get the picture here. But that's not that big of a deal. So 2.5 is the floor price for a level 4. You can still level it up and then, it becomes worth more money. Obviously, the higher level, the more worth they are. But if you swoop these off the floor, then it's going towards 3 AVAX. Still, I wouldn't buy this. I would just buy like the bottom ones. I would just buy the no levels because it's not that difficult to just level up. If you're in a rush, you just want to be part of the community, part of the game, and you want to have a good one, then you just buy the floor and you just buy the tokens and then you just level it up yourself, because that's what you can do as well, right? Token, then there was somebody that threw in a little bit of liquidity here. There was actually no liquidity in the pool itself, so somebody threw in a couple of dollars in liquidity and was able to sell the tokens for a couple of thousand, which is pretty insane, I think. So they're gonna have to, well, they will fix that, but this had nothing to do with the team itself. There was just some person that was able to get in to the contract, or was able to get in and buy liquidity or something. But this is the actual chart, right? So it's going down and down and down and down, which makes sense because people are selling at the start. I did as well. I'll be honest. The first batch I sold for $104, I think. Then I sold another one for 40. Then I sold something for 20. So I've earned roughly $200 back in the tokens, right? I did level up as well, but I also tried to get some cash back because I just want to be in there risk-free, right? Which makes sense. That's a good strategy to have, even though you do believe in a project, trying and minimize risk. So I've earned one NFT back already, right? So one is for free by selling the tokens, and the rest I'll just let the rest sit here. I'll just reinvest it back in. Whether you don't have a guarantee for something to take off and the price to increase and whatever. So it's always a risk, but that's with everything you do. But I like the project, I like the team, I like the vibe that's going on with it. So I'm just gonna see where it goes. So I will not just accumulate more blood, but I will just reinvest it back into this, so I have higher level NFTs and whatnot. To be honest, again, we just looked at it before. It kind of makes sense to just swoop the whole floor, buy all of them, and then just start accumulating tokens, right? And just get more and more tokens. How do we increase the token price? Well, they still need to add liquidity, right? And then so that tradable volume isn't affected as much. What does that mean? Well, somebody right now selling a bunch of tokens, then the price just drops instantly, crashes, right? They need to put more liquidity in so that doesn't happen. And if that's the case, if that happens, people start buying the actual tokens, there's more tradable volume, and that is going to allow it for a token price to increase. Right, there needs to be a utility. There's no utility now. Eventually, it's gonna die out if that's the case. But they are coming up with the game, right? They already said they're coming up with a game. Plus, you will get the royalties, which is utility on its own as well. You get the more gold you hold, the more royalties you get, right? But the Gen Zero will get royalties as well. So I want to jump into that bit for a second. This is going on right now, right? This is a conversation that's been going on in their Discord right now. What they've said is all Gen Zeros, so there's 12,000 Gen Zeros, and you can right now by buying 30,000 or paying 30,000 blood, you can get a Gen 1. The Gen 1 can be stolen by the Yakuza. Yakuza. What was it? Yakuza. I keep messing that up, but Yakuza. So you can pay 30,000 blood and you get a Gen 1. There's 48,000 Gen 1 in total eventually, and then there's 12,000 Gen 0. Gen 0 can't be stolen, right? The rule was, or one of the things was that Gen 0 will get all the royalties from the secondary market, or 15% of it. So 50% goes to the Gen Zeros and 50% goes to the gold holders. Now they've announced that they want to change that, right? So they did a poll here. I clicked on both, because I want both, but I would say this, right? Because there's a bit of a discussion going on in the holders chat, right? Change royalties for liquidity pool rewards, which makes sense right now, but it means that the 50% of the royalties doesn't go to Gen 1 anymore. So they're gonna get the money, which 50% of that right now would be 50% of this, which would be $720,000 roughly. quick maths, because it's 50% of this times $80 per AVAX, which is roughly $700,000. That would not go to the Gen Zero, but it would go to the liquidity pool, which helps with the price of the token, right? Which eventually indirectly helps with the value of the Gen Zero as well. After that, you don't have to do this forever. Eventually, they're gonna put in liquidity from the mint money that the money they've generated from the mint, etc. There's more features to it, how they can add liquidity to it, so you don't have to do this forever. And then after that, you can go back to doing this, and then you give 50% of the royalties to the Gen Zero holders, which is again utility for those NFTs. They've made a calculation here already. We don't have to do this for us. So this is a total different calculation than what I said, by the way. $50,000 rewards to, but that doesn't make sense, does it? This is 17, this is AVAX, right? So 17,900, so that doesn't make sense. Then who's wrong here? Am I wrong or are they wrong? 18,000, roughly, let's round it off. 18,000 AVAX. AVAX is sitting right now at, let's find out, I thought $80, 77, so let's go for $77, right? Then we would not have this, but we would have 50% of that. So we would take is this times 50%, comes down to 9,000, is this times the token price is $700,000. So where does this come from? They say that there are, is that the amount of sales that have been then? Total sales volume, average sales price. Well, if that's the case, then it's a total different number. No, that doesn't make sense at all. If this is the amount of total sales times this, then it's even higher. So they say, oh wait, hold up, that's only the royalties, of course. My bad. So we do this number is this times 6.9%, because that's the royalties. Hold up, divided, right? Is this times 0.069 is that's times 6.6%. There we go. $50,000. Makes sense. Quick maths, this is correct. At least now we know that they're not lying. No, I'm just kidding. But my maths were wrong there for a second. So yes, 50% of that $700,000, that is 50% of the total, but then the royalties is 6.9%, comes down to roughly $50,000 financial currency. There we go, which makes sense, right? Cool. Now we know this. We know that that would be, if you divide that by 12,000 Gen Zero tokens, Gen Zero NFTs, only 0.05 AVAX, which is barely anything. So then it does make more sense for that number, $50,000, to go into the liquidity pool. Is that a whole lot? No, not really. They still need to add a lot more from it, from the original mint sale in there too, but at least there's movement going, and that can help with the price there. If eventually the price of the NFTs do go up, the floor price, well then going back to the original 50% royalty for Gen Zero, that does really make sense. And that all together, I do think that that's pretty awesome. Then you go to the holders chat, there's a bit of a discussion going on here right now about all of this. It is a combination between people being very positive and some people complaining a little bit, but I guess that's always the case when something is new and something is happy. But overall, I think this community is pretty awesome, pretty strong. This is Nilo here. That's one of the main guys. Your fighters are earned here. So some people are like massive whales, I guess, already in this project. Your fighters are earning 350,000 blood daily. Well, I'm coming in with 11,500. So obviously I like the project. I'm going to be involved with it a little bit. I'm going to sit it through and see where it goes. I'm not interested in becoming one of these whales. I think that that's more for the people that really like, being in a project. And I like this project. I think it has potential. I'm always still looking at it from an investor's point of view though. But I like my money to move around and move around a little bit. This guy is cool. He is very hyped. He's very positive about anything. He is a very good value to this project. But it's funny because I'm never really involved in any communities. Never. I don't have any time for that. I have a couple of chats here. I don't deal with it. I just deal with my own community that we work with our own NFT project. Other than that, in and out a little bit, not that much. But here, this project is cool, and I actually start to know names. I start to know the owners and whatnot, which is a very good sign coming from me, because I don't like being involved in Discord channels. It's just way too much work for nothing. I focus on my own stuff, right? So that's the overall overview. What do they need to do? They need to increase the liquidity. This price, there needs to be a way for this price to be able to increase, which I think that they will manage. Here you see market cap 120k, liquidity 130k. This needs to increase. The 24-hour volume is 240k. So the math here doesn't add up. So this is something that they're gonna focus on, but they will. And then in that case, when that happens, well, then you're suddenly earning tokens, and then you're actually earning a decent amount of money. Right, this calculation here is the most important one. I'm earning $60 a day right now with the current rate. If they can double this, then I'm earning $128 a day with only 3 of these NFTs and only at level 4, level 3, level 3. If you earn what this guy is earning here, you're earning 350,000. You want to know what this guy is earning per day right now? That is 350k. 350k. That's this. And then divide that by my tokens. So you take this one. I'm getting good at this Excel sheet, guys. He's got 30.5 times more than I do. So you do this number times what I'm earning. This guy is earning $1,800 a day. No joke. He's earning $1,800 a day with this project right now at the current situation. If they know how to increase this number, then he's got like a massive passive income out of this. There's a lot more of these projects that we're gonna review that have a similar setup. One of the projects that I did yesterday, no, 2 days back, 3 days back, 2 days back, was Elixir Finance. I'll do another update on that. They're launching that token tomorrow. Similar structure, totally different concept as the game, but similar structure to it. There's a lot of potential with all these types of games, and you know the future of it. People say it's like, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme because you're earning from other people the money. Well, yeah, sure, fuck, maybe at the start right now because there's no real utility. Could be true, but fuck it, who cares? As long as you make money with it, right? You can trade it off Trader Joe, and eventually they come up with utility, and they come up with more of an actual game, and they come up with multiple features, and you're earning from royalties. Well, it's an ecosystem on itself, and you're actually earning money. You want to know a little bit more about the actual details of the white paper, etc., go watch my older video where I review all of this, and we go in a little bit more depth of the actual tokenomics of it. This is the overall of the tokenomics. Total circulating supply will be 2.5 billion, right? Supply of blood, but there's a burning system in place. There's a good burning system in place, so that's going to go down. So the supply of blood is going up, but eventually, because they have a good burning system in place, I think that is mentioned here as well. Burn blood for NFTs, levels, gold, amulets, and rings. So all the blood you're spending on all of this gets burned, right? And that's a lot. People are burning a whole lot right now because they're leveling up and doing and whatnot. So that's going to help with the increase of the token price. If this price can actually go towards, like, even if it's going to be 1 cent, which is double right now, then I think that this is a very good way to make money, right? If this doubles, then at my current situation, I'm earning $120 a day with a $600 investment. Don't forget that, right? I've got a house. I'm in real estate as well. Well, that definitely doesn't have the same income as this one, right? I have a couple of properties that I deal with. Well, they don't earn the same amount of money for such low investment, right? I hold other things. We're looking at X2Y2 right now. Well, this is insane, right? That's insane income from a $600 investment. So if this goes up, there's going to be more volume, there's going to be more attraction towards the game, and then the price of the NFTs itself will go up, and in that case, I can think that this can definitely be a very, very good trade. So far, I'm very bullish. So far, I think that this has been doing very well. It's got a lot of potential. Always keep a good eye on these projects because, you know, there might be a steady line of growth, but if nothing new happens, then it kind of crashes. So that's all up to the team to come up with enough updates soon enough to keep people satisfied and keep people happy, especially in the market right now where people are spoiled, I guess, or people are just weird. You would probably be able to see that here in the chat. There's so much negativity going on. They need to cut that off straight away, to be honest. Well, let's not go through all of that. Hey, that's me. But I think that, all right, well, here we go. Let's mention this, right? He's laughing at it because I say easy 100x. Where is it? Hold up. Let's just go through it for a second. that's like semi-FUD, right? He says low, easy, 100x. Well, sure, that's clickbait, guys. I don't know if you've heard of that. That's called clickbait. So you just write that down because it kind of attracts people. Yes, I do that as well. I didn't expect it to do 100x. I never do. If you think that something does 100, if you read this and you're like, oh my God, this is gonna do 100x, well then you're the sucker, not me, by believing that. That's called clickbait, right? I have never read somebody say, oh, this is gonna do 100x. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm gonna do 100x on that. No, if I would have thought like that, if that was the case, if that was real, then people would have earned billions and billions of dollars already. It's called clickbait, you idiot. I'm sorry. So that is semi-FUD though, still, right? Because he's like laughing at it, like, well, that definitely didn't happen. So there's a little bit of negativity going on in the chat because people just don't understand it. They don't look further than that because the floor price is going down and that's the only thing they look at. Well, look, I'm earning $60 a day, so it makes sense on a $600 investment, right? But my point here being is that team does need to come up with more and more tools and keep people happy because this is crypto. This is the type of people that you have. You scroll further than that, people are like, oh my God, this thing didn't do 10x on the mint after that, so it's probably a scam. This isn't earning me a couple of grand per minute right now, it's probably a scam. That's the people that you deal with. So yeah, you do need to make sure that you don't get too much of that. Again, long story short, that's up to the team, but that's not with this, that's with every single project out there. If you don't keep people happy enough, fast enough, then it does go down a little bit. Don't focus on people, focus on your own progression of the project, and as long as you do that, then I think in this case this project can definitely do very well. So I guess that's all we got to cover. They're coming up with a PvP game, which is one of the bigger ones of the updates. They're coming up with the gold token that's going to give you royalties. They're going to come up with more liquidity into the pool. They will give eventually the royalties back, I'm going to assume, to the Gen 0 fighters. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and then they come up with partnerships and this and that. And I think that there's definitely a bit of upside potential. Plus, right now it is on the AVAX chain, which has less exposure than Ethereum chain, obviously. So when all these things fall in line and it gets more and more exposure, I think that they can definitely do very well. That's all I have for you guys on the Underground, a bit of an update for today. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of this project. Did you mint it? Are you staying in it? Yes or no? I'm very curious to hear a little bit more about that. Thanks for watching though, and I'll see you in the next video.